Hi, welcome to the Ministry of Random Opinion. Today I'm going to talk about something close to my heart and that triggers me incessantly, and that is about UK driving standards and UK car choices. They are interlinked, trust me. So, given a world where even driving instructors are shit at driving, and I've seen some really bad behaviour by learner driver cars, liveried up. Yeah, you think, it's a learner, that's why the driving's so bad. And you overtake or they park up and you go past the car. And there's only one person in it. And there's only one person because they're the driving instructor. And they're crap. And it drives me nuts. People are getting worse at driving. I first noticed this after COVID, after the pandemic. I don't know why UK driving standards are down the toilet. I really don't. But it is marked and it's noticeable. And maybe, I always believed that driving was a privilege, not a right. You had to earn your place on the roads. And it seems that standard, albeit, portrayed as getting more difficult. You've got a theory test. You've got to do all these things. For me, it seems... for me, it seems that anyone can bloody pass it these days. And I am seeing some real crap driving. Also, with the advent of, or the apparent advent of road rage, I don't think it is an advent of road rage. I think there's always been a little bit of road rage, but just maybe people were a little bit more tolerant, a little bit more patient, and we've kind of lost that. And that might be due to the rise of kind of social media. Like, on social media, it's okay to shout at someone, right? Because you have that separacy. And in the car, you kind of have the same separacy. And so it's okay to make stupid maneuvers or, cut somebody up or brake check someone or kind of shout and gob off and flick the V's at the bird, etc. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but I do think I know what it's coupled with. So, a lot car choices, right? So, as this could almost be a separate video in its own right. I'll try not to rant on too long about this. Why is it that people are using cars to drop Tarquin off at school in the morning that are more at home in a field, right? They're driving huge vehicles. Electric cars are making that worse, right? So cars seem to have grown. They've certainly got heavier, right? Which is having an impact on the roads, right? Creating potholes. Roads were designed for a level of traffic and a type of vehicle with an average weight. Yes, you've got trucks, but they seem to be much less on the roads. Now you've got electric vehicles, and the average weight of a vehicle travelling on the road is getting heavier and heavier all the time. But people buy these SUVs, Chelsea tractors, as often are known, and basically they don't know how to drive a Mini. And in fact, even a Mini is not a Mini anymore. In 1959, when Alec Izagonis designed the Mini, he designed it to be small, compact, wheel at each corner, engine and gearbox in the front out the way, driven from the front, so that there was enough room in the cabin for 4 people comfortably, right? That was the concept. Not create something that's bigger than a Ford Zodiac of that day. And if you don't know what a Ford Zodiac is, go and check it out on Google. It's a big brick of a car. And they're producing big bricks of cars now. They're producing an SUV version of a Mini. What the hell? Fiat are doing the same, by the way, with the Fiat 500 kind of reinvention. It's just a joke. And people have just lost the plot and forgot what this is all about. And they've created boxes with so much tech in that people are kind of removed from their environment, with so many controls on the steering, brakes, etc., etc., that not really driving anymore. Everything's fly-by-wire. It's really simple. It's just point and shoot. You get in, it's like you grab hold of the steering wheel, you hit the accelerator. Even the handbrake comes off automatically. I mean, come on. It goes on automatically. What's that about, right? You've lost, and you're being de-skilled by the vehicle choice that you've made. And then they're big, and people just don't have an appreciation of space. They don't have that spatial awareness that they need. So they're gumming up the roads. And the UK roads aren't wide, right? You've got motorways, right? And, 3-lane, 4-lane motorways. That's fine. But, the average road in the UK isn't getting wider, and it can't get wider. You go into the city, you're driving around the city, and a car that's over 2 tons in weight is huge. You have no spatial awareness. You're entirely removed from the driving experience in your air-conditioned, tech-filled bubble. It's no wonder people are driving badly. The other thing that hasn't changed as well, car parking spaces, they haven't changed in size. So it's hilarious to watch some people parking those monsters. And they're getting more and more prevalent. I prefer small analog cars that give me a driving experience. They're small. You can manage them around town. They're great round B roads. And that, for me, that's the joy of driving. If I have to go from A to B, it's just to get there as quickly as you possibly can. But if you want to go somewhere, I don't know, in the countryside, you want to do something, you can... you can take the little cars around the twisties and have a great time, and it's much more rewarding, and you actually feel part of the driving experience, and it makes you more connected to the road, and I think that's important. And I think all of this, in the need of kind of tech, convenience, experience, people have been softened into this space where they think, where they don't understand that they're actually half the time that they're causing these problems. It's hilarious. But at least Tarquin gets a really nice, comfortable ride into school. So maybe there is an upside. I've got so much to say on cars, car legislation, types of cars. I'm probably going to do a few more than them. Politics is boring me at the moment, although I've got an opinion on everything, and so I'm venting it here. And this is the most cathartic thing I've ever done, by the way. It's great therapy. Of course, it's a social commentary experiment, so help me collect subscribers by subscribing, liking, and ringing the alarm bell so you see when the next one comes up, and you can watch that bunch of inane drivel as well and support the channel. That would be absolutely fantastic. Have an amazing day.